extraordinary result. What an amazing game. Can you just put into words, just a couple of minutes after the game's finished, what it means and all the emotion surrounding it?
Yeah, crazy game. We worked so hard for so long. Obviously being 2-1 ahead for quite a lot of the second half there, and then to concede the penalty last minute was so heartbreaking. But credit to the boys, we managed to find another chance there at the end, and thankfully I was able to put it away. So that's what the Premier League's all about. Great game for everyone, for the neutral, obviously, and our fans will go home happy today.
They will. Sonny, you stood in that exact same place maybe an hour before the game, and even though you'd lost 3 matches in a row, you believed. Why did you believe? How have you just done that?
No, I think because we have a group of positive players and positive guys, and I think that means a lot. I mean, what I said before. No, I think because we have a group of positive players and positive guys. For the game, I mean, we lost 3 games in a row, which is someone could say, okay, this is down to the hill, but we still believe we worked really hard, and for this game especially, I mean, at this time, some point, I think you face Manchester City, and then you say, okay, this is worst time. But we thought about maybe it's the best time to face them because it's one of the best team in the world.
And it seemed like, look, I know Harry's probably going to be quite modest, but it was almost like you all surrounded him at full time. I mean, he's always good. He's the England captain, but today was extraordinary, wasn't it?
No, I mean, yeah, he's got so many goals. I mean. Sometimes, I mean, I was really sad at the start of season when he didn't score the goals and people was talking, and I was quite sad because he was working for the team and he was playing for the team. I mean, you could see today as well, he was working hard. He was with the defenders. I mean, it's just unbelievable player as well, but I mean, unbelievable guy, you know. I mean, alongside working with him is just it's a big honour.
I mean, Harry, you were like a man possessed today. I won't labour the point, but everything that happened in the summer, was it there a little bit in the back of your mind to come out and just show everything you can do?
No, for me it was 3 losses in a row, and we had to find a way of getting our season back on track, and tough place to come. You're playing against one of the best teams in the world, and to grind out the result we did was really, really special. So proud of the boys. Everyone worked their socks off today. Obviously me scoring the goals we'll get maybe the headlines, but everyone was outstanding from Hugo all the way through, and credit to everyone for bouncing back after a really tough week, and hopefully we can build on this now.
I wanted to ask you actually about the first goal, because it wasn't a goal or an assist, but how do you know that Sonny's making that run?
Yeah, no, that's credit. I give credit to the gaffer for that one. We worked a lot during the week. We had a week preparation, obviously, and we knew it was an area where we could hurt them, and obviously we connect really well. We have a great understanding on the pitch, and yeah, it was great to see that one come off. So it'd be nice in the video room tomorrow to watch that one back, because we've been working all week on it.
Do you know actually, Sonny, but now after today, your assist for Harry's first goal, no 2 Premier League players have combined for more goals ever. This took you level with Drogba and Lampard.
So we're waiting for long, isn't it?
It feels like you've been nearly there for a while, doesn't it?
True. But I mean, this is a great record. This is, I mean, historical. So I mean, I didn't do many things. This guy is just sometimes I cross the ball and he's inside box and finishing so well. So I mean, we're glad to have this record, and I mean, I hope many more to come as well.
Yeah, there's some double act, aren't they, in the Premier League? And there they go, 36 goals combined now for those 2, bang level with the leaders Drogba and Lampard at Chelsea. And Harry Kane was a man possessed today. Let's get to that incredible second half. We said it was beautifully poised, and Spurs got in front before all the other antics that we saw.
Well, I always felt that they were going to be good on the break. There's Harry there trying again. It's a misunderstanding there from Walker and Diaz. They should have been talking, but you see Kane played that ball that he gets in the box. That's the idea. What a finish that is. He's playing balls deep like he did for the first Spurs goal. But look at the ground that he's made up. Okay, the ball didn't come off, but he's not there admiring his pass. Look, he's getting in the box. He points and the ball's put on a plate for him. But that is a wonderful finish because it's a half volley. And if you look at it closely, he opens his ankle up and he's hit it on the up. And he knows he hasn't, this is not so good, he just knows he hasn't got to get any power on that. It's just about making a little bit of contact, opens his angle so it goes in the corner. And that is a top marksman at his very, very best.
Yeah, and at one point we thought there was a 2-goal advantage. But Ederson, who you rightly point out is praised with the ball at his feet. Should be praised here for a save with his feet.
Yeah, I mean, he's made some big saves over the course of the season, goes unnoticed at times, Steve, but that's a phenomenal save. I mean, Kane will look back at it tomorrow, as he says, when he analyses, maybe if he lifts it, it's a goal, or puts some more in the corner, but give nothing away from Ederson. He makes himself massive there, and it's a fantastic save. And I felt at the time it might be a turning point for Man City, because, you know, they got back into the game, obviously got a late equaliser, but that was a big moment for Man City, but they just couldn't capitalise on it.
No, and talking about big moments with goalkeepers, you criticised Hugo Lloris at half-time, but to prevent it going 2-2 at that stage, how good is this save?
Yeah, it's a life of a goalkeeper, Steve. We talked about half-time, he's made a mistake, obviously, for the first goal, but this is why he's won the World Cup. This is a phenomenal save. He moves his feet super fast, a huge step, and at the end he gets a really strong hand to get it around the post. And that is, you know, we talk about Harry Kane, and Harry Kane says he'll get the headlines tomorrow, but Hugo Lloris should get some headlines for that save, a brilliant save.
I think what Shay's saying there, any young goalkeepers, the save's brilliant, but it's his feet. Because he moves his feet so quickly, allows him to get across and cover that angle. Whereas if you dive straight from there, you're not getting there.
No, he's not.
If you leave your ground from there, but you look at his feet movement.
That little step there, now he's powering off his left leg there, Glenn.
Yeah,
and then he doesn't do that initial step, then the ball's in the net.
in the back of the net,
Harry Kane was right in the headlines. He thought he'd made it number 3. You did as well at the time, didn't you?
I certainly did, yeah. I mean, this is fractions, and Kulusevski should be onside, should be alert. Just get yourself onside there. You've got everything inside of you. No one. You've got the linesman on, or Conte behind you, and the linesman. There's no need to be offside when you're the widest man on the pitch. Get yourself onside. If the ball's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But he brings it down. It's a great ball from Davis. Does the business here. Lovely. Gets a bit of deflection. But what a good finish again from Harry Kane. Now they're celebrating as if, but nowadays with VAR, you're never quite sure, are you? And Taylor's made, he's made the decision. He had a look at it and said, no, it was offside. And it was offside. But it could have been averted easily by Kulusevski.
That was at one end. The drama continued because at the other, VAR got involved, and it was a penalty awarding.
Well, I seen it obviously live, the very first picture when I seen it, Steve. I shouted penalty straight away. You two totally disagreed with me in the studio here.
Hang on.
But what I can say is...
Glenn disagreed with you.
Okay, Glenn disagreed. But his hand is in an unauthorised position. It's above his head, and I don't agree. Glenn off air said it was covering his face, but it's above his head. For me, it's a penalty. I think it's the right decision, and VAR gets criticised a lot. I think they made the right decision.
Yeah, I think that's a decision that VAR will give. And as soon as that Anthony Taylor goes over to the screen, he's going to give it. My thing with this rule is no one on this planet can tell me that that's deliberate handball. And I think the game has got to go back in the 18-yard box. We've got to go back to deliberate. Do we think it's deliberately handball? Because there'd be another referee on another day that says no, that's not handball, because it wasn't way above it. It was within his body of his face. It wasn't up here. If he slides down and he catches his hands up there, I understand fully. That one is a bit 50-50. Some refs might not go for that, even if by looking at the screen. So I'm saying let's not complicate VAR. Let's try and make it simpler. And I think if we went back to deliberate, where is a deliberate, handball, then I think it's going to be clearer for everyone.
But it mattered not, because the 95th minute came around, Glenn. I did worry about your hamstrings at this point, to be fair.
Yeah. I haven't moved so quick for a while, No, it's a lovely little ball over the top. Spurs look dangerous. Every ball they got a chance to lay one over the top. Look, here. And I think it's, again, this time he's just stayed onside. Kane's thinking, as the ball goes in there, he's thinking, look, I just come around the back of the defender. Didn't do too much, but I tell you what, he just gets in front. Just does enough to get in front of Walker.
It's a brilliant ball from Kulusevski. Walker's probably got to go and head it, but it's a fantastic ball in. And Kane, we mentioned Man City missing a number 9. That's who they're missing sometimes when the ball's wide. Someone in the middle of the 6-yard box to go and head it in the net. It's a brilliant goal for Tottenham.
Brilliant reactions, both emotions from different managers. Shay Given says that was a brilliant ball from Dejan Kulusevski, and as if by magic, we can talk live to the Spurs new boy at the Etihad. Thanks for joining us, Dejan. Congratulations. How good does that feel? Your first Premier League start and a win at the Champions.
Thank you very much. It feels amazing. I don't know how to describe this feeling, but I just know that this is what I work for, and all these months that it's been tough is worth it.
Thomas Tuchel conceded Romelu Lukaku wasn't involved after the Chelsea striker touched the ball just 7 times during the 1-0 victory against Crystal Palace on Saturday. Tuchel's side made a winning return to Premier League action after securing the Club World Cup in Abu Dhabi last weekend. They took the points at Selhurst Park thanks to Hakim Ziyech's 89th-minute volley. But it was Lukaku's anonymous display which was the center of attention when Tuchel faced the media after the final whistle. The former Inter Milan star's difficult season continued as he failed to make any impact. He managed the fewest touches in a single top-flight game for a player who played 90 minutes, since Opta started collecting data back in the 2003-2004 season. Lukaku had scored twice in the Club World Cup to reach 10 goals for Chelsea since his £97 million, $131 million, club record move to Stamford Bridge last year. However, the 28-year-old has not netted in the Premier League since December, when he gave a controversial interview that featured criticism of the way he was being used at Chelsea and hence he wanted to rejoin Inter. Tuchel opted against criticizing Lukaku, but offered little defense of his latest flop. I am not so sure if I have a good answer to your question. I don't know what it says. It says he was obviously not involved and could not make a point. I am not sure if it says so much about us in general, Tuchel said. We look a bit drained, a bit exhausted, and you can see everybody tries hard. Everybody is looking for the flow where you try hard, but nobody sees you are trying hard. We are looking for it, but in this moment we struggle, which is not a bad thing because everybody wants to be part of it and everybody gives their best, but we do struggle a bit. For that it is important to win and keep a clean sheet, so we keep on going. After beating Palmeiras to become club world champions, Chelsea had a full week to get ready for the trip to South London, but Tuchel insisted preparation was far from normal. Cesar Azpilicueta and Callum Hudson-Odoi sustained injuries in training on Friday, and it contributed towards a disjointed performance. You have no idea how a week like this works because we come from a 30-degree temperature difference. We have 6 players who have a cold from the AC, air conditioning, on the plane, he said. We have jet lag that the guys have, no players who slept well in Abu Dhabi, because of the temperature and the time difference. If you think we have a normal week to prepare, I can tell you it is not like this.